Music is completely killing your running gains, and I don't mean physical, I mean more mental. And I have a great story to give an example of this. In spring of 2019, I was staying with my uncle in Boulder Creek, California, and this is when I started to get much more consistent with running. At the time, I was running a 10K 5 days a week, so Monday through Friday, I would run a 10K, and I was doing some calisthenics and weight type workouts like that at the time. And so I was really starting to get into running. And as everyone, I think, normally starts off with, or most people, I would put in some music. I'd listen to some Eminem, some Green Day, a little bit of like EDM techno stuff to get me motivated and moving. And so I would wake up around 5, 6 in the morning to get the run in before I'd move on with the other activities of the day. And I remember having, whenever iPhone changed the cord or the port for the first time, I had these red earbuds with the adapter that would plug into my iPhone. And then I'd carry that or put it in like a arm sleeve so I'd be able to run. Well, there was probably, I think I did the 10K 5 days a week, 3 weeks in a row. And the first week, everything was great. It was more volume than I had ever done, but I was willing to push myself a little bit. The second week, I remember one morning, I'm getting ready, and I go to plug in my earbuds, and it rips. And it was just kind of worn. I already knew it was kind of about to be out on its last leg. And I plug it in, and then I think I pulled it or something, and it just ripped. And I was like, well, I don't have music. And so I sat down, and mind you, I was a little sore and tired because I had been running more than I ever had before. And I sat down and had this mental battle for probably a good 10, 15 minutes where it's like, well, I don't know if I can run. I can't listen to music. I turned on my phone, the music on my phone without the earbuds, and it just wasn't loud enough. And I knew I'd be running around cars and things like that. So that music was going to be drowned out. And I had this battle for a while of like, well, maybe I just won't go run. And towards the end of this mental battle, I realized, like, that was incredibly stupid. I was like, I can't believe you're not going to run. In this conversation I'm having with myself, I can't believe you're not going to run because you don't have music. And so I went out and started running, got my 10K done, and when I came back, I made a decision that I was not going to run with music. And to be clear, there are times where I run with music if I'm in a slump or the day after a race. I'm just going out for active recovery. Maybe I got 4 hours of sleep for a flight. Those are days where I allow it sometimes. But I realize when I listen to music, even just on an average day, the problem is if you're conditioning yourself that that's what you need to run, and then you don't have music, you rip your earbuds, your phone dies, or you're out on a race and you're maybe in 100-mile distance and you don't have music, or you've lost service, whatever the circumstances where you don't have music. If you're training yourself with music, it's going to be much harder when you don't have it. And I love listening to music. The thing I do is I don't train with while listening to music, but on race day I use it because it's a little bit of a boost, right? I'm giving myself, it's almost like, caffeine in a sense for me. But if you're always training with music and then you race with music, you don't get as much of a boost. And as I mentioned, if you don't have music, you don't have the opportunity, or if you're not listening to music, then you're training the mind, I guess is what I'm getting at. Is the power of not having music is it's just you and your thoughts, right? It's easy to feel pretty, jacked up when you're listening to whatever your favorite song is. Rock, EDM, opera, if that motivates you, whatever it is. It's really easy to get ready to go and fired up. But what happens when you don't have it? And that's the thing I've been working on over the past couple of years, that I try and use music as little as possible. Yes, there are sometimes I use it, but I want to be able to battle and work through my thoughts without assistance, because I think that's where the real mental discipline is, the real mental grit comes into play, is when nothing else is influencing, it's just you and the conversation inside your head. So hopefully this helps you and gives you some perspective on if what you're looking for is a stronger mind, music is somewhat of a crutch. And we need to remove that so you can work on that stronger mind. So if that's your goal, then absolutely I would start running without music. So I hope that helps, and I'll hope to see you on the trail sometime soon.